Hey everybody, Davis Tyler here once again. I'm going to be trying something a little bit different for Wednesdays. It's going to be called Freefall, and it's going to be involving a lot of different music subjects, favorite bands, favorite genres, concerts, least liked bands, bands that I just don't like. But tonight, on the Nargo voyage of Freefall, I'm going to be doing my top 5 black metal bands. Now, for those who are not familiar with black metal, it's been called epic doom metal. It also goes into death metal, involves, really dark aspects, evil, Satan, whatever, but that genre area. And I don't really get into very metal bands, very many bands in that genre, but there are a few that have grabbed my fancy. I'm more of a progressive or metal, progressive rock, traditional metal, like Priest, Black Sabbath, Dream Theater, King Crimson, stuff like that. So the death growl portion of death, or like death metal or black metal, is really not my thing. If it's done in moderation, yeah, that's fine. But if the whole, song like that, I tend to shy away from it. For example, Opeth, their earlier stuff, I listened to a little bit. And I know I should give him more of a chance, and I'm going to. Their later stuff, where he doesn't use it or uses it in moderation, I like. Like the album Damnation, I have Pale. I can't remember the other one is, but so far I only own 2 albums of Opeth. But I've heard others. I've heard, like I said, I've listened to their earlier stuff. And I'm planning on going back and trying more of their stuff, earlier stuff. But we'll see how it goes. But tonight, we'll do the ones I really like, and also mention some that I've just came across. I may have heard in the past about these bands, but never given much attention. But the first one, well, before we start, please subscribe. Please, I would appreciate it. It would help this channel grow. I know I'm not the best speaker. I get tongue-tied once in a while, and get nervous on certain things. If I was speaking to a live audience, I would have to be wearing sunglasses, and I still probably would be losing my mind. But please subscribe, leave a comment or 2 down below, list your favorite black metal bands. I'd love to see them. Hit the notification bell and like the video. I would appreciate it. I'm trying. I am really trying. This is something I've been wanting to do for the past couple of years. But you gotta start out someplace. So anyway, enough of that. On to the subject matter here. Candlemass, band that I this past year got into. Can't remember where probably, on Sea of Tranquility. They were talking their favorite bands or something on one of the shows, and I think it was Ryan Scow or one of them mentioned Candlemass as one of his favorites. And I thought that's, sounds like an intriguing name. So I went on there and I got onto YouTube Music and checked it out, and hey, I've listed all the albums, some of the EPs. Still more I have to listen to, but they're a great band. Formed in Stockholm, Sweden, 1984, by bassist, songwriter, and band leader Leif Edeling. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, I apologize. And Mads Ekstrom. Terrible at names. I'm sorry if I pronounce those right. If I pronounce those wrong, but anyway, doom metal, black metal, so many genres. When you get right down to it, when you go into rock, immediately things sprout off. You got hard rock, soft rock. Then you go into metal, and you got doom metal, black metal, heavy metal, metal this, metal that. A lot of different genres. So. But anyway, fantastic man. Had a number of personnel changes over there. Their current singer, let's see, where is it here? Johan Langsquid. Johan. I'll just pronounce his first name, Johan. Great vocalist. I mean, what's really weird is he did their first album, and which is Epicus Doomicus Metallicus. Pronounced that right, didn't I? I've had practice on that one. But he didn't stay with the band. Instead, Messiah Marcolin came aboard, and I think out of all of them, if I was to rate them, Messiah would be number one. Johan would be number two, going down. All good vocalists. Don't get me wrong, they all are great. Not a bad one, but these two are the best. The albums, Epicus Doomicus Metallicus, fantastic. Nightfall, I think that's probably my favorite out of all of them. Nightfall. Ancient Dreams, Tales of Creation, Chapter 6. From the 13th Sun, Candlemass. Candlemass would probably be my second favorite. Especially Born in the Tank. I was watching the volcano up in Iceland, and I had a song off there, Born in a Tank, playing, and it was eerie. I was listening to that, watching the volcano, and all of a sudden, all this lava just boiled up and overflowed the volcano edge and went all over the place. It was night too, so it really stood out. I mean, it was eerie, and the sun, Born in the Tank, just added to it. I mean, I had chills going up and down my spine. It was awesome. Something I'll never forget. I mean, it just went right with that video. definitely check these out. Especially that song, "Born in a Tank." King of the Grey Islands, Death Magic Doom, Psalms for the Dead, and Door of the Doom. Door of the Doom has Johan on it once again. But anyway, check these guys out. Fantastic band. I still got more to check out by them, some of their live stuff. And I want to go back and listen to. I'm definitely going to buy these guys. These albums from these guys. They deserve the support, and all these bands, even the ones I don't like, deserve support. Check them out on YouTube Music. That's what this channel is about. The love of music, love of these, heavy metal, rock, doom metal, black metal, whatever rock. Go check them out. All you gotta lose is a few minutes of your time checking these guys out. Give them a chance, and if you like it, go out and support them. Buy their material, buy their albums. Keep this going. This is great music. So anyway, on to the next one. Next one on my list is black metal band from Sweden, named after Countess Elizabeth Bathory, and that is, of course, Bathory. Brought to life by a man named Corthon. Smart guy. It was back in March of 1983 when this whole thing started. In fact, when it started, it was more death metal than black metal. But, and ultimately it evolved into Viking metal, but it still kept the death metal, black metal aspects. His early their first few albums. Let's see, let me get down here. Bathory, 1984, The Return, 1985, and under the Sign of Black Mark and Bloodfire Death. They're really death in the death black metal genre. I mean, you want evil sounding music. You want stuff that's going to creep you out, and stuff, like when you hear that, you're by yourself and there's that creak or that groan, or you hear like a fluttering of wings in the background, it's dark black night, and you're like, what was that? What was that? Is there something else? Something peeking in the window there? This music is for you. Those first 4 albums. I mean, dark, menacing music. Then he starts with Blood and Fire Death. He started evolving into black metal, more of a lighter black metal, into Viking metal. But still, like I said, it still has death metal aspects. He still, though he sings more clean vocals. My introduction to these guys was Hammerheart, released in 1990. And I believe about this time, Corthon decided to call it quits on the touring. It just wasn't his cup of tea. He didn't like touring, and I'm sure I've never been on a tour with anybody. I've done roadie work for a local band that some of the guys I worked with long time ago, and setting up and tearing down can be quite trying, but I can only imagine it would be, every day out on the road. But anyway, Hammerheart, you get in more of the Viking stuff. Twilighted Gods, probably my favorite of all the albums here. Requiem, Octagon, Blood on Ice, another favorite of mine. Destroyer of Worlds, and the other Nordland 1 and 2. He was going to do 4 parts of Nordland. Unfortunately, he passed away. Let's see. He passed away in 2004, which is too bad. I mean, like I said, he was a very smart young man. Like I said, it started out when he was only 17. And he did things his way. I mean, one of the few people that you could say that, the heck with the record companies, what they want, this is what I want, and this is what I'm doing. And he did it. I just wish he could have finished his Nordland saga. That would have been great. But what we got, and it's fantastic music. Check out the stuff, support his estate. You can still get this stuff. Check it out if you're doubtful, but if you love it, go out and get the music. So anyway, on to the next one. Formed in 1985 by the former vocalist of Merciable Fate, King Diamond, is the band King Diamond. Now this King Diamond is, well, he's one of a kind. He is one of a kind. Unique voice, a falsetto voice you can do it, and a deeper voice, I mean, it gives, it's like you're listening to 2 different vocalists with the price of one. He's put out some great freaking music. I mean, just awesome. And again, it's probably not as dark as Bathory's was or is, but it's still there. I mean, well, you want the perfect music for Halloween, this is it. His first debut album, Fatal Portrait, fantastic. Abigail is where he really broke out. Them, Conspiracy, continuation of the Them storyline. The Eye, The Spider's Lullaby, Graveyard, Voodoo, House of God, Abigail 2, The Revenge, The Puppet Master, Give Me Your Soul Please, and Institute that's coming out next year. I can hardly wait. First album he's put out in, Give Me Your Soul Please in 2007, so quite a while. Almost 15 years. But I can wait to hear that one. But the Puppet Master, watch a little video of King doing the storyline of that. I mean, the way he told it, it just gives you the creeps. It's awesome. But Them and Abigail, probably my top 2. House of God's really good. Puppet Master. I mean, they're all fantastic, but Abigail and them probably my favorite out of all of them. Though it can change over time, but definitely check out King Diamond. Check it out and support. Give them support. But anyway, on to number 4. Okay, Merciable Fate. Another band I've gotten into along with King Diamond last 4 years. Formed in 1981 by King Diamond and guitarist Hank Sherman. Kind of, they're black. You'd say they're the first wave of black metal, though they've influenced by progressive rock, hard rock, but they're the first wave of black metal, along with Venom and Bathory. Another fantastic band, and it's kind of a bizarre situation. They did an EP, and then they put out Melissa in '83, and then followed that up with Don't Break the Oath, and then they broke up. King went on to form King Diamond, and with I think a couple of the other band members. Michael Denner, I think, was one of them that went with them to form King Diamond. But yeah, it was like 9 years until they got back together again and did In the Shadows, followed by Time, Into the Unknown, Dead Again, and 9. Listen, Don't Break the Oath, I've heard a ton. I mean, I love those 2 albums. The other ones I've heard them, but I still got a lot of exploring to do. But I really like Merciable Fate. And like I said, King, he brings that unique voice of his. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I can't stand that falsetto voice of his, but it adds atmosphere. It adds a really good, unique atmosphere to these albums, and that's what you want. You don't want, of course, a lot of people say, well, I don't care, but you really don't want the same thing from every single band. You don't want the same voice. You don't want the same sound. That's what this is all about. Different sounds, different tastes. We don't all have the same taste. We are not all going to agree on the same things. If we do, great. If we don't, well, that's just the way it is. But go check out Merciable Fate. I'm sure you'll be glad you did. If you don't, then okay, it's fine. But please do. Okay. On with the final one here. Okay. Number 5. Now this band I just started listening to recently. I haven't heard all their albums yet, but what I have heard, promising. Like I said, I haven't delved into the black metal, death metal genre too much. But when you listen to something and it grabs you, then you have to give it a chance. Even if there's a lot of doubt there, give it a chance. That's what I try to do. There's a lot of bands like Black Sabbath. When I first heard Black Sabbath, it was like culture shock. I was into Kiss, ELO, stuff like that at the time. This is back in the late 70s. And I heard Black Sabbath for the first time with Paranoid. My sister got me the 8-track tape of it. And I put that in, and I'm like, good grief, what the heck is this? It was shocking. I put it away. I didn't listen to it for probably half a year, and got it back out, listened to it, and I thought, well, actually, this is pretty good. Went out and bought We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll, their compilation album. Excuse me. And then Never Say Die, probably one of my favorite albums of all time, Black Sabbath. A lot of people hate that album. I love it. I just love it. But anyway, this band formed, let's see, 1984. And it was formed from the remnants of the band Hellhammer. There's this Celtic Frost. From what I understand, Hellhammer, which was formed in 81, like I said, didn't get a lot of love. But now a lot of people cite that band as a big influence, as well as Celtic Frost. From what I've read, I've heard, their vocalist and guitarist Tom Gabriel Warrior, he goes by Tom Warrior. His name is Tom Gabriel Fisher. I think the only, well, no, other than Martin Eric Hagen, I hope I pronounced that right. Apologies if I didn't. But the only consistent members, you know, Martin on and off. But I guess they broke up recently. Let me check it out. Yeah, over 10 years ago, 2008. Yeah, that's right. Okay. But from what I've heard, Tomega Theron and Into the Pandemonium, excellent. I think I've heard Cold Lake a little bit. Vanity Nemesis. Most of these are re-releases. Monothesis. That's how you pronounce that. That was our last one, released in 2006. I really like these guys. You know, very unique. Tom, he's got a unique voice. In fact, some of the pictures I've seen of him would scare the hell out of you. But from some of the interviews I've heard him do, real nice guy. You know, and he loves his music. So if he didn't, he probably wouldn't be doing it. So anyway, check them out, Celtic Frost. And I think they've asked him, you know, would you ever get Celtic Frost back together again? He said probably not, but never say never. You know, with music, when you say something like that, you know, never happen. Guess what? A few years, maybe a few months, you know, a few years, whatever, it happens. So anything's possible. The only thing that's not possible is, you know, like original Pink Floyd getting back together. Unfortunately, two of the members are gone, so something like that would never happen. The only thing possible that would happen is the three remaining members getting back together and bringing about Pink Floyd, but I kind of doubt that. But then again, like I said, never say never. You know, Dave Gilmore, Nick Mason, and Roger Waters, I might say, hey, let's do it. That'd be awesome. But until then, when that happens, we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, that's my 5 favorite black metal, death metal, whatever you want to, favorites. Candlemass, Bathory, King Diamond, Merciful Fate, Celtic Frost. Check them out. Buy the, check them out. If you like the stuff, buy the albums and support them. I'm definitely going to. In fact, with Christmas coming up, possibilities, people, possibilities. Ask Santa Claus, and ye shall receive. So, anyway, before I sign off here, I want to talk a little bit about the new Dream Theater. So far, I've listened to this a couple times. Decent album. It's when I first heard it, it was okay. Second time, so far so good. Though I think right now, as it stands, I love the previous previous album, Distance Over Time. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I own it. I can't remember the name. Time over distance over time. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Out of the two, that one has got a little more of a harder edge over this one, but that's not saying that this is not good. It's awesome. Dream Theater. But yeah, definitely go out and check it out and support the band. Grab a copy. And, there's a big boost to fill there. Man on the back there. I will say one thing. Mike Mangini, fantastic drummer. Not taking things from Mike Portnoy. I love him. I love his work with these guys. But when he left, these guys had to find somebody that could fill in. Not fill in, but be a member of the band. I know I've seen and heard a lot of people bash Mike Mangini, saying he's not as good as Mike Portnoy. You really can't. You can't do that. He's not Mike Portnoy. You're right. He is not Mike Portnoy. He will never be Mike Portnoy. He's Mike Mangini. He's got his own style. He didn't come in and try to copy Portnoy's. He came in with his own style. If you don't like that style, well, that's your loss. If you don't like that style, then that's your choice. But don't sit there and bash the guy. Call him whatever and say he sucks and stuff. He's his own drummer. I just find it sickening when somebody gets replaced in the band and this new guy or person or woman or whatever comes in, does their best, and they get nothing but flack from the fans. It serves no purpose. If you don't like them, don't listen to them. But keep your trap shut on your negativity. It serves no purpose to say, "Oh, you suck. How can you listen to that crap?" You can't fully replace somebody. And I know there's been times that when the person that's come in has not worked out, but still you can't, being totally negative and putting them down. It's the bullying effect. You want to, you don't bully somebody, especially when you're an adult. Kids, being kids and bullies one thing. I don't put up with that either. I was bullied when I was a kid. I don't know. I was tall for my age when I was in 5th and 6th grade, and I got bullied about that. And the funny part about it, most of the guys that bullied me over that, made fun of me, are now taller than me. So, but did I ever take revenge? No, I did not take revenge. I treat those guys with decency and respect. I could have said, well, hey, Bean Pole, how's it feel to be taller than me? But no, it serves no purpose. It just breeds anger and hatred, and you don't need that in this world. You got too much of that as is. So, check out the new Dream Theater album. It's fantastic. Check out these other ones. Candlemass, Bathory, King Diamond, Merciful Fate, Celtic Frost, even Opeth. Like I said, I haven't listened too much of Opeth. I got 2 of their albums. They've changed their sound. It was categorized death metal, but now it isn't. I was going to include it on here, but I decided not to. But check them out too. I'm going to explore more of their earlier stuff, their earlier black metal stuff. It's kind of more melodic, progressive stuff, sounding now, which is fine. I love it. But check them all out. And coming up, got some other things going on. Hopefully Friday night. Well, this will be this Friday. I'll be doing movie critiques, talking about some movies. Haven't decided on what yet. And then Sunday is going to be another thing. I'm going to try and the bookie joint about books. We'll have to see how that goes. But Friday Night Flicks, hopefully. We'll see. Mondays will be, of course, Rocky Mountain ranking. I haven't got anything decided on that one next Monday, but I'll keep up to date. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and everybody have a nice evening or nice day. Nice evening. By the time you see this, it'll be morning. So, anyway, please, like I said, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, click the notification bells, subscribe the bell if you want to, whatever. But we'll see you later.